So today I'm doing this video on something that you can wear in the office. Just an easy everyday look to get you out of the house semi-fast in the morning. So if you want to see how I got this office-friendly daytime look, stay tuned. So I already have my eyebrows applied. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer, put it on the back of my hand, and kind of clean them up a little bit. This also helps like when your eyebrows are not freshly done or they need to be cleaned up and you don't have the time. This kind of makes it look a little bit better. So I'm just carving out the bottom. I could carve out the top, but I find for work it's not really necessary. So as you can see, this concealer is it's like lighter than my skin tone. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a concealer that's closer to my skin tone, and for that I'm going to use MAC Select Cover Up. I really like it because it's not too thick and it's not too light. So this is in the color NW35. It's a little bit more pink if you can see the difference. This is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Pure Beige, and this is the NW35. It's just a little bit warmer. And I'm just going to kind of put this over my lids just to cancel out any darkness that I have on my lid. And I make sure and also get the inner corner because for me, that's where I have a lot of darkness. Using the same brush that I used for the first set of concealer under my brows. So this is basically using a concealer that is very close to your skin tone. So it doesn't look like it's a completely different color, but it kind of gives it a more even base on your eyelid. Whether you decide to put eyeshadow or not, it gives it a more even base. So I'm just gonna pat that in with the Beauty Blender, or you can use any kind of sponge or brush if you want. So there, if you see, it just looks less dark around my eyes. So I may or may not apply eyeshadow, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just do my face, and then at the end if I decide that I wanna do some eyeshadow, I can. So today I am not going to put on any liquid liner. I'm going to set this concealer though to make sure it doesn't crease if I'm gonna have a long day. So I'm just gonna set the concealer with the brush and translucent powder, my good old Sacha translucent setting powder. And I'm just gonna pat that on so my concealer doesn't crease throughout the day. So just a little bit, so it's not too powdery. So what I'm actually gonna do today, instead of using a liquid liner, I'm gonna go with something a little bit more soft. So I'm going to use just a pencil. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna smudge that along my line a little bit. See how it's just smudged? It's really not even. I'm really not even paying much attention to how I'm doing it. I'm just gonna take an angled brush, an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take a black eyeshadow. This is Sonia Kashuk palette and it's just a basic black shadow. And I'm gonna take this black shadow with the angled brush and I'm just gonna smudge it in some more. So all the gaps that were there, and I'm also just blending out that line. So it's blurry really. This just makes it a little bit softer for the daytime versus a liquid liner. If you're a liquid liner girl, go for it. But I just wanted to soften this up. You would have to make sure that your pencil is kind of creamy so that you can blend it out properly. There we go. So it's just kind of smudged into my lash line. For me personally, I really like to add some to my bottom lash line. So I'm just going to add the black line there. Now, some mascara. Put a couple coats of mascara. Make sure you get it at the base of your lashes because that's what actually Makes your lashes look fuller. Make sure you get the inner corner too. Now, before doing my bottom lashes, I am going to apply some concealer. For the daytime, if you want something more light, I can recommend a BB cream. So this one is from Maybelline and it's just Dream BB in the color Medium Deep. So I'm just gonna squeeze this on the back of my hand. And what's good about BB creams is that usually they already have sunscreen incorporated. So you don't actually have to put sunscreen because your BB cream will already have that in it. Just make sure your face is moisturized, do your morning routine, and that should be enough. I have a couple freckles here and you can still see them when I wear the BB cream because it's much more sheer than foundation. If you want to wear foundation, you're more than welcome to, but I just wanted to make this a very wearable daytime look. So in this case, my BB cream is slightly lighter than I would like it to be, but we'll fix that. There we go, see, just a light cover. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to set the BB cream with powder. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to crease up during the day. So I'm just using, once again, some translucent powder just to set that. And now I'm going to add just a bit more concealer under my eye. Just going to do it very lightly, not too much. If you kind of pull it up like that on the outer eye, it kind of lifts the eye. So we always want to look a little bit more lifted in the morning at work, right? So just a bit. I don't want it to be too heavy under the eye. Just patting that in. Make sure to get the inner corners again because that's where I have a lot of darkness myself. And this, ladies and gentlemen, you must absolutely set with powder. So I'm going to go in with my brush again. Your concealer, there's kind of no way of getting around that. Unless you have a concealer that dries really matte. I have yet to find one that I don't have to set. I'm kind of buffing it in a bit to make sure I get it in all the cracks. So now I think I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of contour just to give some shape back to my face. Or you can use a bronzer, but I'm just gonna use this buffing brush, and this is my Anastasia contour kit in medium to tan. So I'm just gonna put a little bit, just to give me a little bit of bronziness again after all of the concealer and the BB cream and everything. Just a little bit on the forehead here. Gotta make sure and buff it in. You don't have to do all of these steps if you don't want to. This is how I feel comfortable. A little bit more bronzy, you can see here. A little bit more color to the face. I'm gonna add a little bit of blush. My favorite blush to use that I find is a really good everyday blush, and it's not too dark, and it's really good for women of color, is Format by MAC. You can also, I would say, use this as a bronzer. It has a touch of shimmer to it. I can't even describe it. It's a really amazing blush color. I've been using Format for years. So see, just to add a little bit of color to those cheeks. For the daytime, I don't really like to put too much highlight. I find that it's, you know, for some in the office it might be a little bit intense. You can leave this like this if you'd like to, because Format has a little bit of shimmer in it, so it adds that kind of bronzy glow to it. But I'm gonna add just a touch of highlight, my Wet n Wild Petal Pusher, and I'm just gonna add just a little bit because I just love to have some highlight. I just find it makes me look more healthy and sun-kissed. So just a little bit on the highest points of my cheekbones. I don't like to do my full nose, so I just do the tip and right between my eyebrows right here where the sun would catch. So that's all I do. You can add a bit to your brow bone. This is where I also like to use some highlight, is under my brow bone and also in the inner corners of my eye to open the eye up and look a little bit more awake. So as you can see, as you saw today, I have no eyeshadow on, but I'm just doing this to give my face a little bit more glow and sun-kissed look. So now I am going to add some mascara to my bottom lashes. I like to do my concealer first and then I add the mascara to the bottom. Don't forget the bottom lashes. It really opens up the eye and it creates uniformity between the top and the bottom lash line. You don't have to add as much as I did, but that's just how I like it. That's pretty much it. I'm going to add some lip gloss, and lipsticks are in. You can wear whatever lipstick you choose. I think a great color for this look to have a little bit of pop would be Flat Out Fabulous by MAC. It's such a beautiful color and you don't need much face makeup. The lipstick says it all on its own. But I'm gonna use a lip gloss, and I really love this lip gloss. I've been wearing it for a couple years now. I just find the way it looks is just so shimmery and beautiful. Okay, let me stop talking about that, but you'll see when I put it on. It's called Oyster Girl from MAC, and it's kind of like a pinky, nudie tone. So I'm just gonna use Oyster Girl lip gloss. It's kind of pink while being gold at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but it is such a beautiful lip gloss, especially for women in the mid to tan skin tones. And I feel like even with a darker skin tone, this would still look gorgeous. This is pretty much a simple office look that I would do for a regular day at work at the office. If you're a lashes girl, the ones I would recommend would be number 120s. Most beauty supply stores have them, or if you buy them at the drugstore or the pharmacy, they would probably be like Demi Wispies. Those are the ones that I would recommend if you wanted to have some lashes, but I think for now, this is fine. I'm pretty satisfied with just my natural lashes today. So I hope you all loved this video. Please comment, subscribe, and like. I wanted to do something simple for my simple girls. You know, lately I've done some colorful looks and big lashes and liner and winged liner, and I just wanted to do something simple just to look a little bit more finished and a little bit more clean for a day at work. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!